Let me welcome you to my channel. Before we begin the video, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe and like this post. At WWE Bad Blood, fans witnessed a dream team when Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns teamed up against the Bloodline. Today, the American Nightmare reflected on the experience of tagging with his former rival. Many assumed the OTC would have gone after Rhodes' undisputed WWE Championship after WrestleMania 40. However, Reigns returned at SummerSlam 2024 and engaged in a feud with his cousin, Solo Sikoa, who had taken control of the Bloodline in his absence. That being said, the American Nightmare and his ex-rival formed an unlikely alliance to defeat Jacob Fatu and Sikoa at Bad Blood PLE. Rhodes sat down with Kathy Kelly for an in-depth interview ahead of Crown Jewel. The undisputed WWE champion was asked to share his 2 cents on teaming up with Roman Reigns. Cody Rhodes stated that he was relieved that the match did not escalate into a personal rivalry, as they had agreed to coexist. The 39-year-old acknowledged the unique dynamic he shared with Roman Reigns in the ring, believing it brought out a new level in him, and hopes to have reciprocated the same impact on the OTC. The 2024 Crown Jewel is just hours away, with superstars gearing up for their challenges. Meanwhile, the American Nightmare will be in action against Gunther. Triple H announced at Bad Blood that Cody Rhodes and the Ring General will compete for the first ever men's Crown Jewel Championship in Saudi Arabia tonight. On the latest edition of Friday Night SmackDown, World Heavyweight Champion Gunther gave the American Nightmare a taste of his brutal chokehold, foreshadowing their upcoming match. Only time will tell if Cody Rhodes will become the first ever WWE Men's Crown Jewel Champion by potentially defeating the Ring General. In a shocking twist that had WWE fans buzzing, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, 2 of the biggest rivals in recent memory, joined forces in an unlikely partnership at WWE Bad Blood. For the first time since the event, Cody Rhodes sat down to share his thoughts on the unusual alliance, reflecting on how it felt to team up with a man who had not only bested him at WrestleMania, but also become his most significant roadblock in the quest for championship glory. The collaboration was unexpected, leaving fans divided, with some thrilled by the potential for mayhem and others confused by what this meant for Cody's own story arc. In this exclusive interview, Cody explained how this unprecedented alliance came to be, what he learned from it, and what it means for his future in WWE. The animosity between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns was already at a fever pitch leading up to Bad Blood. Their rivalry was more than just about titles, it was personal. Reigns, with his dominant tribal chief persona, had been the face of WWE's top-tier champions, running through every challenger with the backing of his faction, the Bloodline. For Cody, his return to WWE had been centered around a journey of redemption and a promise to his father, the late Dusty Rhodes, to finally claim the championship that had always eluded the Rhodes family. Reigns stood firmly in the way of that dream. The lead-up to Bad Blood saw Cody and Roman at each other's throats in increasingly intense clashes. Yet, as the event neared, a new threat emerged in the form of a combined assault by Judgment Day and Imperium. Both factions had their own reasons for wanting to dismantle Reigns and Rhodes. Judgment Day sought to assert dominance and establish their faction as the top force in WWE, while Imperium had their eyes set on Roman's top spot, seeing an opportunity to seize power amidst the chaos. The match was set a tag team showdown. To everyone's shock, Cody Rhodes was forced to team up with Roman Reigns. When I heard I'd be in a tag team match with Roman, not against him, I almost laughed, Cody confessed. This wasn't part of my plan, but WWE is about making moments, right? And I knew this would be a moment no one would forget. For Cody, the decision to join forces with his bitter rival wasn't taken lightly. He knew that aligning with Reigns, even temporarily, would mean putting aside months of resentment. But as he explained, the animosity with Roman had to be weighed against the immediate threat of Judgment Day and Imperium. If they wanted any chance of survival, they would have to find a way to work together. The fans see Roman and me as polar opposites, and that's probably true, Cody said with a wry smile. He's the tribal chief, the one with the backup and the aura of invincibility. Me? I've been the underdog, fighting my way up and clawing through every obstacle. But for one night, we both realized that those differences could work to our advantage. As much as we hate to admit it, together, we're a force to be reckoned with. Rhodes revealed that he and Reigns didn't actually speak much before the match. They exchanged a few nods backstage, but the message was clear. Put aside the grudges and focus on the threat at hand. It was tense. I could feel the tension every second before that match. But I knew we'd both be on the same page when that bell rang, Cody shared. We're professionals, and we both wanted to win. We both knew Judgment Day and Imperium were hungry for blood. So we did what we had to do. The energy in the arena was electric as Cody and Roman walked out to a mixed chorus of cheers and boos. The crowd was unsure how to react. This was a combination they'd never expected to see. Rhodes and Reigns stood in the ring side by side, two men who had taken each other to the limit, now united by circumstance rather than choice. From the opening moments, it was clear that this wasn't going to be an easy partnership. While they managed to execute some powerful tag moves, the chemistry was far from seamless. We were always watching each other, Cody admitted. I'd make a tag, and he'd give me this look like, "Don't mess this up." But honestly, I was thinking the same thing. Despite the challenges, Cody was impressed by Reigns' resilience and precision. Roman's strong, there's no denying that. He's calculated, and he doesn't waste energy. Watching him up close, I realized just how focused he is when he's in there. It's no wonder he's held on to that title as long as he has. The two found themselves back-to-back at several points during the match, fending off ambushes and double-team attempts. With Reigns' powerhouse tactics and Cody's agility, they slowly gained the upper hand. Fans watched in awe as the duo managed to find a rhythm, each man pushing the other to be sharper and stronger. As the match wore on, a turning point came when Cody was caught in a vicious attack by Imperium's Ludwig Kaiser and Judgment Day's Finn Balor. Reigns, watching from the ring corner, had a split-second decision to make: let Cody handle it himself or intervene. He came in with a vengeance, Cody recalled. For a moment, I think he forgot who I was and just saw a teammate in trouble. He threw himself into the fight, and that's when it hit me. Roman's ruthless, yes, but he's also someone who doesn't back down when things get serious. For that second, I felt this weird sense of camaraderie. The feeling was mutual. When Reigns found himself in trouble later on, Cody didn't hesitate to jump in, delivering a crossroads that took out Balor and secured the pinfall. In that split second, Rhodes and Reigns stood victorious in the ring, united by a shared victory and an unspoken bond forged in the heat of battle. As the match ended, both men shared a brief, intense glance before Cody extended his hand. It was a gesture of respect, acknowledging the battle they'd just endured together. Reigns hesitated for a moment, but ultimately shook his hand, a rare show of respect from the tribal chief. For Cody, this handshake was more than just a post-match formality. It was a recognition of the strange alliance they'd formed and the mutual respect that had emerged from it. Roman's still my rival, and we're not friends. But after Bad Blood, I think we both understood each other a little better. We may be destined to clash again, but there's a respect there that wasn't before. Cody also acknowledged that the partnership might have changed the way fans perceive his ongoing feud with Reigns. We're still on opposite sides, but now there's an understanding that maybe we bring out the best in each other, even if we're fighting tooth and nail for that championship. I want the WWE Championship more than anything. And if Roman's standing in my way, so be it. I'll be ready. As Bad Blood fades into WWE lore, fans will undoubtedly remember the night when Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns stood side by side, battling a common enemy. For one night, two of WWE's fiercest rivals found common ground, proving that even the most unexpected partnerships can yield unforgettable moments. Reflecting on the experience, Cody mused, "It was strange, it was intense, but I don't regret it. Sometimes you have to embrace the unexpected. And in this business, that's what keeps it exciting. Who knows what the future holds? But if this was the only time Roman and I teamed up, then it was worth it. Because we showed the world that anything can happen in Wwe." As Cody looks to the future, the experience has only fueled his drive to reach the top. He may have stood with Reigns for one night, but the memory of their alliance will only push him harder to stand alone as WWE champion.